Hi there, guys. Welcome to an episode of Life with Maria Nova, where I give you my take on hot social issues that are affecting our world today. Please excuse my progress. I don't really want to invest any more money into anything until I see where this is going. So, for right now, this is how it's going to be. But today, I want to talk about minimum wage and why I think it should be raised. I feel like it's ridiculous that someone expects people to live off of 7.25 an hour. It just baffles me how many people don't understand basic economics. Like, we learned about inflation in like 7th grade, right? The dollar bill that your grandfather held in his hand in the 50s and the 40s is not the same dollar bill that we are working with in 2021. Like, literally, back then you could go to the grocery store with $10 and buy enough food for the week. You go to the Walmart with $10 a day, you don't get some cereal, milk, some bread, and some eggs, and that's it. Like, that's gonna be all you can get for $10. You might be able to get like a jug of water too. um, but it's crazy. Like, when you think about it, even if you are lucky enough to be getting 40 hours a week at your job, that's $280. And if you multiply that by 4 weeks in 1 month, that's $1,120. And that's before taxes. Once Uncle Sam take his cut out, that's like what, $900? Some people's rent costs more than that. So how the fuck is somebody supposed to afford all their basic needs from 725? And I hate it when people come with these bullshit ass excuses. Well, those jobs are meant for teenagers and kids. Have you met teenagers? They don't give a fuck about anything. They don't give a fuck about your food, your attitude. They don't give a fuck that you late for something. They don't give a fuck because guess what? You yell at them, things get too hard, they get stressed out. They'll quit and run back to their mommy and daddy's house because they have that safety net. But somebody, an adult who's relying on that job so that they can feed their family and, be self-sufficient in a way, that they're gonna care more. They're gonna actually give a fuck because they don't want to lose their job and they can't afford to quit their job. Not to mention, kids go to school. So unless you want every single restaurant and retail business to only be open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's not gonna work. Like, you literally are expecting children to run a business. No. And then the other excuse, they'll be like, well, I get that, but couldn't you just get a better job and better yourself? And I'm just thinking, like, so what, you want them to scratch their ass and just get a better job? Like, you do understand that in order for you to get a better paying job, you're going to have some type of higher education or training. And that shit costs money. And it also takes time. If you're already working two jobs and you're barely able to afford things, working two jobs, and you don't have the time because you work in two jobs, how are you supposed to make that happen? How? It's not feasible. And then my personal favorites, people are like, well, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that I went to college and I'm only making $16, $17 an hour, but this unskilled worker can make $15 an hour and not go to college. It's not fair. First of all, I hate the term unskilled worker because if you have worked in that industry before, it does take skill. It does take skill and it is very hard work. Secondly, you're right. It's not fair, but it's not their fault. It's the CEOs and the CFOs and the board of directors who are running the company that you work for, paying you pennies while they got $4 million beach houses in Bermuda. Like, let me let you in on a little secret. If minimum wage actually kept up with inflation, it'd be like $28 an hour. And they not trying to pay you that even with your college degree. Like, they would, because if that's they were paying people working at McDonald's, then they would have to pay you at least $10 or $15 more than that. And they not trying to do that at all. So don't get mad at them. Get mad at your boss. And it's just crazy because I really think, like, if people were actually making that much an hour, like if I go to McDonald's and make $20, $25 an hour, why the fuck would I go to college? It would literally put colleges out of business, which, me personally, I don't see that being a bad thing, but I digress. But honestly, I really don't understand how you expect somebody to work like that. You know, like there is no scenario where somebody could offer me $7 in exchange for an hour of my time. I don't give a fuck if I'm sitting down staring at a wall. It wouldn't be worth my time. But we expect other people to do that, be, you know, work to death, underappreciated, and we expect them to work for that with a smile on their face. It's not right. And frankly, if you really believe that somebody shouldn't make a livable wage because they didn't have the desire or the money to go to college, you are a terrible person. And I really hope that you never end up in a situation that you expect other people to live in. But anyway, that wraps up this episode. Join me next time where I give my take on the college education system.